function notation today and also do some review of the unit. So in our notes today, we're going to look at functions and living wages. We're going to look at a couple tables here, come up with some equations, and we're going to compare some numbers. The following table gives the median weekly salaries by race and gender. Median, usually weekly earnings of full-time wage and salary workers age 25 and older by educational attainment, 2014 annual averages. So you can see the different education levels, and it's separated by men, women, and different races as well. And so let's use that to write some functions here, equations or functions. So let's take a look at what if someone is white? What is the education for the median weekly salary if they get a bachelor's degree, a 4-year degree? So a bachelor's degree only right here, and they're white, it's 1,132. So let's write that as a function. So we're going to say f of x better, equals 1,132 x, where x is the number of weeks. Weekly earnings, how many weeks are in a year? Well, there's 52 weeks in a year. And so if we want to figure out the yearly earnings of someone with a bachelor's degree, the median, this would be f of 52. And that's function notation, and all it means is every time we see an x, we plug in a 52. So it'll be 1132 times 52. So let's calculate that actual number. We have 1132 times 52. So the median yearly salary, without any taxes taken out, would be, if you have a bachelor's degree, about $58,864 according to this table. So let's write that down. $58,864, I believe. It's almost $60,000 for the median. That's pretty good. All right, what if you are black or African American? Okay, so here is African American. Let's double check and make sure. This is black or African American, and you have a bachelor's degree, it's 895. So let's write that down. Let's do f of x. Let's make it a different function. How about g of x? Equals 895x. So now we want g of 52. So we can type that into our calculator, 895 times 52. And it's a lot less for the median, 46,584 or 540. So you can see that race does play a part here. There's some inequities. All right, let's take a look at if it's an Asian person with a bachelor's degree only. They're at 1,149, and then also we'll look at Hispanic, and Hispanic would be 937. So let's write all of those functions and figure out the yearly earnings. All right, so for Asian, let's do h of x. And it was 1149. X. And so if we want h of 52, we plug the 52 in for x and take 1149 times 52. And it's 59,748. And let's look at Hispanic with a bachelor's degree, 937. So HI will do J of x equals 937x. And so if you want J of 52, you plug in. And let's do 52 times 937. 48,724. So in class, it's find your race and the level of education you plan on completing. Write the function equations. So here are the function equations for your weekly earnings below. And with that equation, how much will you earn in 1 year? 52 weeks. So you can go ahead and calculate that. There's another table we're going to look at, living wage calculation for Hennepin County, Minnesota, and on average, adults work 2,080 hours per year. And the living wage is what you would need to earn to make a decent living to survive in Hennepin County, Minnesota. So question 2, if you are a single adult, what was question 1? If you are a single adult in Hennepin County, what must you earn each year to have a livable salary? All right, so I'm going to call this L of X, livable salary, and it needs to be 11.03 X, where X is number of hours. So let's do it for 1 year, L of 2,080, and see what would we need to earn per year to make a living. So in our calculator, we take 1103 times that 2080, and it's saying, okay, the livable salary, 22,000. So if you're only a single adult, you'd have to make this amount to live, at minimum, to live comfortably. 22,942.40. $942.40. Question 3, what if you're a single adult with 1 child? How much more do you have to earn each year in order to have a comfortable life than if you were single? So here's the single amount. Let's figure out if you had a child, 1 adult, 1 child, 24, see how much it jumps. Okay, so I'm just going to call this, I don't know, K of X. 2401 times X, oops. So let's do K of 2080 equals 2401 times 2080. Let's calculate that. All right, now it jumps. You would need to earn almost $50,000 a year by yourself to support a child. Let's subtract those. Let's take that minus our 22,942.40. You would have to make almost $27,000 more if you were a single parent. So that's more than double the amount that you would have to make to live comfortably by yourself. It's a huge jump. All right, and then let's look at review. Draw a picture of the following and give the domain and range. All right, if something's linear, y equals x. Here the y-intercept is 0, and the slope is 1. So if I were to sketch this, let me make coordinate grids for each of these. Okay, so if I were to sketch these, if it's linear, slope of 1 goes through, actually I don't want that. So this might look something like this with the slope of 1. If it's y equals x squared, this is our parabola, starts at 0, 0. Parabola. If it's absolute value, it's a v-shaped function. Starts at 0, 0. Slope is 1 on each side. Negative 1, I should say. X to the third, this looks like this. It's a cubic. And 2 to the x, this is exponential, and it grows really quickly. So here's a review of what all the different shapes look like. In class, we do a review assignment that looks like this, where we review function notation. Can you plug in and solve? We look at shapes of graphs, which is a function or not. And also in tables, we look at domain and range. And we look at naming the graphs. So we'll review this in class, and tomorrow we'll also look at making a review note sheet for your quiz and your test.